Welcome to Brand You, the first segment of the brand new experience. This is critically important for you on your journey of developing your personal brand, because without a foundation, without knowing who you are and what you stand for, content strategy, your public perception, how you're going to position yourself in the market, all of it's going to fall flat, or it's going to come across as cheap or as a ripoff or as insincere if you don't know who you are and you don't know what you stand for. So get something to write on. We're going to take you through this step by step. If you've watched other segments with these individuals that I've walked through, it can be very difficult because when I ask you questions about who you are, people struggle with that and they don't know. But let's just start here. It's okay if you don't know yet who you are and who you want to be. Let's just start out with what you know today and use that as a building block. So let me walk you through the progression. So I like to start off easy. So if you're taking notes and you're going to kind of do this for yourself, let's start at the top. If I was going to ask you what your realtor partners would describe you as, in fact, more simplistically, if I were to say, write down 3 to 5 words that you hope your referral partners would describe you as, adjectives, what would you write down? For example, would you write down that you're educational? Would you write down that you're competent, that you're responsive, that you're energetic, that you're detailed, that you're knowledgeable? What would you write down? What would you hope your referral partners would say about you? Put those words down on the paper right now. But if we start at the referral partners, let's go a level deeper. What do you hope your clients say about you? If we called them up and audited their experience with you, what do you hope they would say? Do you hope they would say that you're professional, that you delivered, that you're reliable, that you had a ton of education experience that helped guide them through the process? What are the words that you would hope your clients would say about you? As you're walking down this, you'll see we're getting closer. Let's get one level more intimate. We're going to ask your closest circle of friends what they think about you. What are they going to write down? Are you loyal? Are you reliable? Are you caring? Are you funny? Are you a collaborator? Do you bring people together? And the final level of intimacy here, let's go to the people that know you the best. Your spouse, your children, your inner circle of loved ones. What words do you hope they would use to describe you? Now we're getting a lot closer to who you aspire to be. This progression's hard. I don't expect it to be easy. You're going to come up with fluff words. Everyone wants to be liked or knowledgeable or smart or caring. But it's okay. Put those words down. Let's start where we're starting. At this point in the Brand You experience, we're going to slightly pivot. And we're going to talk about values. What are the things that you value, that you hold dear, that are core principles of who you are and what you stand for? And I normally start this process up here because it can get really personal really fast. But your willingness to get vulnerable and personal and authentic right now is going to set you up for future success and build you a stronger connection to your personal brand than if you stay high level and full of fluff. So grab that pen again, grab that book again, and let's talk about the things you value. Write these things down. I'm going to give you some examples. Do you value honesty? Do you value people and being known as trustworthy? Do you value expertise and having deep knowledge of your process and mastery of your craft? Do you value being reliable and available to your friends, community, to your customers? Think hard on this section. Just pause the video if you need to. What are your core values, your non-negotiables of how you run your business, of how you expect your community to operate, of how you operate inside the world? What are the highest standards and values you hold for yourself? Now, when we have all that written down, when we spent 30 minutes like crying together and going through all this and finding out what you really care about and bringing that emotion to the surface, I get to quote Loki.
I'm Loki of Asgard.
That's right. Nerds unite. What is your glorious purpose.
Glorious purpose.
Holy crap, we did it. Like that's the gnarliest statement in the world. Sometimes if you watch the brand new segments, I've asked people, at your eulogy, what do you hope it is spoken over you when you're dead? It's like, oh my God. Alec, I thought we were talking about mortgages and personal brands, and you're coming in with this huge, heavy, glorious purpose. I don't know. That's so okay. You don't have to know, but you got to think about it. It matters. It's the real stuff. It's the real things that create human connection. It's not the I close loans on time and I give good service. What is your purpose on the earth? Now, deep breath. It's okay not to know. I think it's actually okay that this whole purpose on earth thing is a journey. It's a process. Look, I know this glorious purpose, eulogy, chaos can sound so big, so overwhelming. How the heck do you even answer this? Let's look back on some of the answers we got from some of the people that came through brand new. Think about what they said, and I'll be back to you in a minute.
I honestly know my purpose. It's to create wealth for other families.
I want to create something bigger than me.
As you said, it does evolve. I think it's serving.
If I want to do something, I want to also be the best.
In my small part, I wanted to be the light, right?
Look, here's where I want to land this whole glorious purpose eulogy thing. It's okay to not know the right answer here. Maybe there isn't a right answer. Maybe it's just how you want to be today. Maybe it evolves and changes with your personal journey over time. I think that's probably close to accurate. So don't think too hard about this. Just look down into your heart, open up some space, be vulnerable, and write down what comes out. So to recap and kind of just bring it all together, start high level. What do you want your business partners to think of you as? Knowledgeable, friendly, reliable. Drill that all the way down to your most intimate loved ones. How do you want them to think about you and describe you? Reflect on your value set. Who are you? What do you care about? What do you hold true and dear to yourself? And then start to peel away all those layers to go, well, what is your purpose? What are you here to do? What gives you life? What matters the most to you? And don't feel like you have to have some spiritual awakening and some kind of light from the Lord telling you what your purpose is, but just what is it today? Is it to be helpful? Is it to make an impact? Provide a great life for your family? Make your community better? Those are all fantastic places to start. But here's why we have to start here. And this is the punchline of the whole brand new section. Why do we do this first? Why do we spend 30 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour sitting down and talking about your value set and adjectives and all these things when really we're going to start talking about video content and social media and marketing strategies? Have you seen somebody on social media or in the marketplace that drives you nuts? Meaning you just don't respect what they do. You have a hard time even watching a video they post. And maybe it's because it just turns you off for 1,000 different reasons. They're humble bragging, they're talking about how great they are, they're whatever it is that drives you nuts. Do you know what I really feel the reason is that it drives you nuts? They're not speaking from their center. They're not marketing from their core values and from their purpose as they know it today. They're trying to puff themselves up. They're trying to fill their own ego. They're not operating in service to others or grounded in their purpose on this earth as they know it. They're just trying to make themselves look cool. I think that's why it drives us nuts. I think that's why it feels disingenuous. So for everybody that you've watched lose their way on social or maybe never had it to begin with, we have to start here because this is the foundation you're going to speak from. This is the foundation you're going to share your insight and wisdom from. This is the doorway into your heart and soul that you're going to open up for people to be able to create real human connection. And this is what's going to power your personal brand to unbelievable levels of success. So, where the heck do we go from here? The next step in the brand new process is to take this, the work we just did, the words, the adjectives, our feelings, our values, our purpose, and all these things, and look to see if this is even being reflected remotely in how we publicly display ourselves. So we're going to dive right into a social media audit. I'm going to tell you how to take yourself through it, but here's the goal. Is who you want to be displayed for the world to see? And most of the times what I find is it's not. But don't worry, we're going to help you set that up so that the core values and the reason and the purpose for your existence on this earth as you know it today is going to start shining through your public-facing content and social media strategies. Let's move on to the social media audit. Kapow!